a physical therapist, I'm not only concerned with the injury that my patient is coming in for, but really also for their overall health. So I track a lot of trends in human movement. That's really my area of expertise. And sitting is one area of human movement that we've tracked and has really increased over the last 50 years. Really, jobs and lifestyles have just caused people to sit more often. I mean, think about it. We used to have more manual labor jobs, more standing jobs, but now we've transitioned over to economies where it's more people sitting at a desk and a lot of people sitting at computers. New research have come out that take a look at this and how it affects health. And physical therapists are really kind of like research geeks. We really enjoy that type of stuff because it drives a lot of what we do in our practices and how we treat our patients. But sometimes reading a research study is kind of like reading a Greek newspaper. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There's different terms in there. So luckily what I can do is take some of that information, boil it down, and just make it understandable and give you the best information that's in there. So Keith Diaz is a professor at Columbia University, a research specialist, who did a study of over 8,000 people and took a look at their sitting habits and how it affected their health. Now, a group of people that size is a pretty good what we call sample size. There's a lot of people there to study, so it gives us really good, accurate information. He really had two major takeaways from his study. One had to do with the total amount of time that people sit per day, and then the other had to do with the duration of each sitting period that people were sitting. So he took a look at people that sat for over 13 hours a day, and those people had a 200% greater risk of death. Not illness, death. Okay, that's why they're starting to call sitting the new cigarettes. Okay, more and more people are sitting, and it's affecting their health. The other group of people that he took a look at, or the other statistic, was people who sat for more than 90 minutes at a time frequently. So they were often sitting for long periods of time. And those people who frequently sat for more than 90 minutes at a stretch had a 200% increased chance of death as well. Okay, so even if you were standing more during the day, if you had chunks of time where you were sitting for 90 minutes or more, it severely affected your health negatively. So I want you to think about that and think about how often are you really sitting a day. I ask all my patients this, and they self-report that on a form when they come in because it is so important, and everyone underestimates it. When you get up in the morning, you get up and you sit down and maybe have some breakfast or read the paper, or a cup of coffee. You get in your car, you sit on the way to work, you get to your desk at work, you sit all day long, you get up, you get in your car, you sit in your car on the way home, and then you get home and you sit and maybe have some dinner, and then probably you sit down for a little bit and watch some television and relax. So you're probably sitting more than you think, and it's not that hard to get to about 13 hours a day of sitting. What I really want to do is challenge you to improve your overall health and do two things. Okay? First of all, I want you to decrease your total sitting time. Right? One way to do that is to, whenever you're on the phone or talking, is to try and put an earpiece in or a headset and stand for that period of time. Okay? There's all sorts of other research too that shows that everyone's better on the phone if they're standing and moving. But that's one way that you can just trigger yourself, like, all right, I gotta stand. If I'm gonna be on the phone, I'm gonna be standing. And that can decrease your total sitting time for the day. Another thing I want you to think about is not sitting for more than 30 minutes at a time. Okay? I want you to put a timer on your phone or on your computer that prompts you to stand up every 30 minutes. Now, you don't have to stand up and run around the block or do push-ups or anything like that. Just stand up, move around, reset your posture, and then go back to what you were doing. But every 30 minutes, you should be getting out of that chair. If you can do those two things, it's just going to really improve your overall health. I want you guys to discuss this with your team. Challenge each other. To be better, to be in better health. If you see someone sitting for a long period of time, challenge them to get up and get out of a sitting position. And write your comments below. Join the discussion that we're having and stand more today to make a more positive impact for you and the rest of your team.